Once more, what is heroes? It's Beam J back with another video, and in this I need to discuss what's the deal with Tesla stock and give you folks a vital admonition about tomorrow, since we have considerably more insane information emerging, so need to separate what's going on with that. What's the deal? With SPY, Nvda, the QQQ, and several different tickers, and some large news that emerged from Tesla for getting additional surveys from experts before I starting down most data before I dive into additional subtleties, let me simply notice 2 or 3 things I'm first and foremost not a monetary organizer, so take nothing I say as monetary guidance, and furthermore, assuming you all can kindly look at the Webull Connect, which is down underneath, and in the depiction we pursue Webull, and store $500, you insured 20 free stocks, store $25, bait 000 or more, you're insured 75 of them, and proposition extremely soon and only a long time. At any rate, currently we should break down what's going on with the business sectors. Taking a gander at Tesla, we got this extremely enormous auction that came somewhere in this vicinity. Tesla was at very nearly 178 yesterday, and presently we're as of now at around 170, and the justification for why Tesla auctions off like this has to do with various variables. One of them was CPI arrived shortly more earnestly than expected. This was not what we needed to see all through the whole business sectors. For this reason, SPY is fundamentally lower right presently contrasted with where yesterday resembled, and such. On top of all of that, just additionally had this news that came out that examiners at Jeffrey and Florida Sanders are seeing a 2024 deals drop, and this is some huge news. The examiners for flute player Sandler are essentially emerging and saying that they're keeping up with their overweight rating, since Tesla ought to, in any case, beat the market over the long haul, yet they slice their cost focus to 205 an offer rather than 225 an offer, which is what their past objective was. They're additionally now expecting around 1799 million conveyances in 2024. That is a decay of 0.5% year over year. They likewise anticipate that their income should fall by 3.3% year here in light of cost cuts and such, so you're anticipating that this should be an extremely not great year for Tesla. And furthermore, we have Jeff Examiner coming out. They're cutting the full stuff conveyances figure by 133% to 1.77 million units, addressing a 3% decay year over year, and their income conjecture has been brought down by 15%, not the best of information. So this is the news that came out. This contributed to why Tesla auctions off a piece, as the investigators have extremely various perspectives, and this is exactly the very thing we will anticipate from Tesla to some extent as we approach income, on the grounds that a ton of feeling about Tesla isn't exceptionally good after what we saw from conveyances, so that is important for why Tesla is down. How it is another thing I need to get down on that is influencing Tesla what the Federal Reserve is anticipating. So we had the FWC minutes came out, yet that information was somewhat deferred. The Federal Reserve was extremely questionable. Some are saying that they might need to, you realize, cut early. Others are saying they might not need to, and it was a lot of only out of control, didn't actually influence the market so a lot yet. The thing is influencing the market is the ongoing information, since when the FC minutes came out only a couple of hours prior, this is like sort of postponed information. This information came out before. This is based off the FMC meeting, which was quite a long time back, so that is unique in relation to the way things are playing out right now. How the situation is playing out right currently is the Federal Reserve being a smidgen more hawkish. So at the present time for the May meeting, there's a 96% opportunity that the Federal Reserve will keep rate something very similar, and for June there's currently a 83% opportunity the Federal Reserve will keep rates similar again. So the chances of the Fed giving us a cut have been dropping basically for the present moment, and this is extremely significant information. Assuming rates go up higher for longer, this could morally affect the economy. Not the best of information for stocks like Tesla, which are very loan fee climb loan cost delicate of any such thing currently. We should discuss a few additional information for later. What is my conflict battle? And about Tesla, I have one more admonition about this, so for later it will be Thursday, April 11th, 2024. For what reason is this significant? In light of the fact that we have PPI information coming out an hour prior to the market opens. This is incredibly significant. What is PPI? Very much like CPI. Besides, as opposed to being from the customer side, it will be from the maker side, and this will in general be a proactive factor for CPI. Remember about that CPI later than anticipated, and we had estimates that were somewhat hot for PPI. We're seeing something very much like the gauges are anticipating that PPI should go up, as well as energy is expanding during this time. Energy costs are going up, so the expenses of merchandise are going up too. Expansion is giving indications of expanding, and that is the very thing we're anticipating from PPI and CPI, and that is the very thing that we got for CPI. Will PPI pursue the direction that I can't guarantee? I don't have the foggiest idea how much higher it can avoid being. It will probably build near assumptions, so I couldn't say whether it will be well above assumptions a tad underneath them. It's still in the event that any such thing, so I'm not 100% sure what might be said about what PPI will resemble and what it could mean for the business sectors. That is the reason I need to give you all an admonition about this, on the off chance that PPI is lined up with the assumptions Tesla can in any case bounce back towards 175, assuming PPI is surprisingly hard. I'll discuss the particular numbers in a later video. For now then, at that point, Tesla will get a floor covering pull right down to 165. My advance notices heaps of information comes out an hour prior to the market opens tomorrow. So on the off chance that you're holding calls for the time being, on the off chance that you're holding puts for the time being as a gamble in, doing so because no one can tell what could occur with this information emerging on. The off chance that you're holding calls, consider the possibility that the market gets expanded down again on the grounds that PPI is hot, assuming you're holding puts. Imagine a scenario where the market winds up siphoning and gapping up on the grounds that we wind up getting a few fair information. That is the reason it's sort of hazardous. I need to let you all realize about the dangers. So if it's not too much trouble, be cautious and be incredibly careful, yet all the while you could likewise get the heading right and bring in insane cash. So assuming you're holding calls for the time being, perhaps it will end up working. If you're holding invests, it would effort out too. It's everything on you. My occupation is to give you all a decent comprehension of what the gamble is, okay? So I don't have any idea what L will do. Expedite it relies upon the we'll need to sit back and watch. So in the event that you're holding anything short-term, it's your decision to stand firm on. For the time being, you could leave your foothold now as a sanity check, since we just have around 30 minutes left of market open. So that is your decision, folks, for NVIDIA on. The off chance that we get a respectable PPI, this will be exceptionally effective for NVIDIA, going to be searching for a push to the 200 EMA as far as possible up towards the 880 region. Assuming that we get a matte draw, we could be sinking all right down to 845, so we'll need to check whether we get a major carpet pull or not. Nvidia dropped quite hard and afterward returned up today after some bullish news came out that would sort of disrupted everything, so this aided Nvidia. Assuming anything, we will check whether that is different yet for this situation for choices, which is what most of retail play. That is where the dangers end up being, so we will check whether SPY gets a bob or not. Or on the other hand, assuming it keeps on sinking, I'm receptive to anything. We'll need to keep a watch out for the QQQQQ. Are we going to see this thing push up to 442, or it's going to get a matte draw right down to 432? We'll need to keep a watch out again as of right now. The diagram's sort of rough. It's exceptionally uncertain right now as we approach PPI. We will see what the huge moves is. For Apple, we got this decent push to 171. Then we got a matte force right down to 167, a 4-point drop. Currently, we're exchanging sideways. Will Apple push back up to the 170s, or we going to begin sinking to a new low into the 165 region? The graph is as yet negative, so we'll need to keep a watch out yet. Like I said before, folks, remember this admonition about the business sectors, and we will find out how things turn out. So I need to end the video from here. Thank you all such a great amount for listening. Know that for Tesla, we will be vigorously directed by certain information that is emerging for the following 2 or 3 days. Then we have profit coming out very soon too, so we have a ton of large stuff emerging for the week. So be arranged, be hopeful, and do what you need to do. I thank you all such a huge amount for listening. I want to believe that you all have a totally fantastic rest of the day, and I'll see you all extremely soon in only several hours. Thank you for listening. Let us know us to the moon, because the long haul is exceptionally brilliant, and harmony out.